Now let's take a look at the first placing Victor list. I always love to see Grand Plaza in Victor lists. I mean, the threat of it, you got to respect it, right? But I was talking to my friends a little bit the other day, and I realized I've never seen someone actually win by getting 7 units to hold here, because when you're playing against other competitive players, they know how to generally not let that happen unless they just absolutely brick in their hand. So it's funny this is still there. Again, I guess the threat of it is better than maybe the actual effect of the card itself, but I wonder if Victor's going to eventually evolve to just not play this card because you never actually pull it off, and then play Battlefield to give you more value. Trifarian War Camp, though, that is something that's always live in Victor. It's actually absolutely cracked in Victor, because when you can spam a bunch of weenies, you get way more value out of Trifarian War Camp than you do against an opponent who can only play 1, maybe 2 units per turn, because the more units you can send there, the more +1s you're getting, which is insane. And then Candlelit Sanctum, I love fields like this that are just good in any deck and give you a little bit of added consistency. Super, super cool. We go to the unit lineup. A lot of standard stuff here. One thing I do want to call out again is the 1-of Yellow Victor. Same idea, where you can just play the 1-of in your champion zone and access it any time that you want to, realistically. That's pretty cool. I do like playing 2-of personally, just because you can have certain setups where you have double Yellow Victor generating you infinite tokens. Maybe sometimes it's a little bit win more, but there are matchups where it really, really does help to have all the extra spam. And then a lot of other standard stuff. 3 Noxian Drummer is very cool here as a 3-drop. And then the Machine Evangel, setting up more tokens upon being KO'd. Very, very strong. Looks like we're dealing with more of a mono-yellow list, which we also saw won Max Tapera's online TTS tournament. So maybe that's going to be a trend we see with Victor going forward. And then we have our spell lineup. We do have the Stupefies. We have the Culls of the Week, the 3 Hidden Blade, the Grand Stratagem. Absolutely insane in this deck. I mean, if you can rush to 6 points and then set up a Grand Stratagem play, a lot of decks just can't do anything about that. The 3 Pot of Greed, the 3 Singularity, and then we move down to see the only gears are the 2 Yellow Seals. Kind of surprised to see 2 Yellow Seals and not 3, just because we are playing essentially what seems like a mono-yellow deck. I would pretty much still consider this mono-yellow, even though there's one card that does have blue cost in the deck, but I got clowned for that a little bit for posting my mono-red Jinx deck profile. So if you don't agree it's mono-yellow, let me know in the comments below. I would still pretty much call it mono-yellow, because the majority of the deck is using yellow costs. And then we do have the 6/6 split of runes once again. Very, very interesting Victor list. Again, trending towards majority mono-yellow, which we did see do very, very well in a tournament last weekend. I do kind of find it surprising, though, that we're not seeing more use of the blue Victor that interacts with a lot of these cards you can play on your opponent's turn, like Stupefy, like Hidden Blade. But again, that requires a very different build, because you would then be introducing blue power costs into the deck. So probably requires quite a bit of tweaking. And that'll be cool too. I think going forward, we will generally see like each leader having a build